Good morning, students. Welcome to today's online class. In previous class, we covered the important concept of radioactivity. We covered a definition of radioactivity. We covered the classification of radiations emitted by the radioactive substance: alpha decay, beta decay, gamma decay. After that, we covered radioactive decay law, half-life period, and mean life period. So that is about the end of radioactivity concept is there. After completion of radioactive concept, next important concept, nuclear fission is there. It is very important concept. Now, what is nuclear fission and what is the importance of nuclear fission and what is the necessity for the splitting up of heavy nucleus into two or more lighter nuclei? In previous videos we covered the important concept means binding energy curve is there. Binding energy curve always explains the stability of nucleus. It explains some elements are unstable, some elements are moderately stable, some elements are more stable. Which elements are unstable means we already explained. Lighter elements are always unstable. And heavy elements are also very heavy elements are also unstable. Why very heavy elements are unstable? Because with the increasing of atomic number, in case of heavy elements with the atomic number is more. With the increasing of atomic number of protons is increased. A number of protons is increased, Coulombic repulsion force is also increases. This Coulombic repulsion force tries to reduce the stability of nucleus. For getting stability, the heavy nucleus splits into two or more lighter nuclei. Along with two or more lighter nuclei, large amount of energy is also released. That kind of phenomenon is called as a nuclear fission. So heavy elements always undergoes nuclear fission. For example, it is one heavy element. Heavy element is always unstable. For getting stability, this heavy element splits into two or more lighter nuclei, splits into two or more lighter stable nuclei. Along with the two or more lighter stable nuclei, large amount of energy is also released. Here releasing energy expressed in terms of a million electron volts. Energy of fundamental particles or energy of fundamental radiations always expressed in terms of a million electron volts. So nuclear fission statement means the splitting up of heavy nucleus into two or more lighter nuclei and releasing of large amount of energy. Such kind of phenomenon is called as nuclear fission. But to explain nuclear fission, what is the equation of nuclear fission? For example, uranium-92-235 is a heavy element. Heavy elements are always unstable. This unstable uranium is bombarded with thermal neutron. Thermal neutron means slow moving neutrons. Low energy neutron or a slow moving neutron is called thermal neutron. So when uranium-235 is bombarded with thermal neutron, now this uranium heavy nucleus splits into two lighter nuclei. The first one is nothing but barium. Barium having atomic number 56 and mass number is 141. The second stable element is nothing but krypton. Atomic number is 36, mass number is 92. So uranium-235 splits into barium and krypton. Along with the barium and krypton, three thermal neutrons are produced. So three fast moving neutrons are produced. The participating neutron is thermal neutron and produced neutrons is fast moving neutrons. So after completion of nuclear fission, the produced neutrons is always fast neutrons, high energy neutrons. Along with the three fast moving neutrons, large amount of energy in order of 200 MeV of energy will be released. So that is about the equation of nuclear fission. But observe this equation is balanced or imbalanced. Before reaction, what is total atomic number? 92 plus 0 means 92. After reaction, the total atomic number 56 plus 36 means 92. So atomic number is balanced. Next, what is the total mass number before reaction? 235 plus 1, 236. After reaction, 141 plus 92, 233 plus 3 neutrons, 236. So this equation is balanced. And releasing energy is nothing but 200 MeV of energy will be released. So in this reaction, we can conclude that your total 236 nucleons are participating. 235 plus 1, 236 nucleons are participating. And producing energy is 200 million electron volts. So out of 236 nucleons, 200 MeV of energy will be released. Now energy released per one nucleon, each nucleon can produce an energy of 230 by 236 is nearly 0.85 MeV of energy will be released. So for 236 nucleus, this much amount of energy. So in case of nuclear fission, energy released per one nucleon is always equal to 0.85 MeV of energy. So that kind of phenomenon is called as nuclear fission. And one more important point here, the participating neutron is a thermal neutron. But producing neutrons are nothing but fast moving neutrons are there. So that is the difference between the initial neutrons and the fast moving neutrons are there. Now we can also convert the fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons are there. How to convert the fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons? For example, it is moderator. It is called as a moderator. A moderator example means hydrogenous material, a paraffin wax, heavy water like this. When fast moving neutrons are passing through moderators, the moderators reduce the speed of neutrons are there. After reducing the speed of neutrons, the final coming neutrons are nothing but thermal neutrons are there. These moderators converts fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons are there. Again, these fast moving neutrons are also we can use the further reactions are there. Further nuclear fission reactions are there. So a device which converts fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons. The fast moving neutrons to thermal neutrons means that device is called as a moderator. Moderator always converts a fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons. An example of a moderators means paraffin wax and heavy water. So those are used as moderators. Next continuation concept means the chain reaction. It is also called as neutron multiplication factor. In nuclear fission, we already explained one thermal neutron is participating, one neutron participating, and 3 neutrons are produced. If these 3 neutrons are again participating, 9 neutrons are produced. These 9 neutrons are again participating. It produces total 27 neutrons are. So in this way, every time the rate of reaction will be increased. Every time the producing neutrons is also increases. Increasing of producing of neutron is called as neutron multiplication factor. It is explained by the concept of chain reactions. So to understand the concept of chain reaction, it is also based on nuclear fission only, undoubtedly. So for this purpose, recall, it is a uranium-235 nucleus. It is bombarding with a thermal neutron. Then uranium-235 is bombarding with 3 slow moving neutron, thermal neutron. This uranium nucleus splits into two parts. The first part is nothing but barium, and second part is nothing but krypton is there. So along with the two lighter stable nuclei, three fast moving neutrons are produced. In the first fast moving neutron, in the second fast moving neutron, in the third fast moving neutron. But for the process of nuclear fission, we always required thermal neutrons. But here produced neutrons always fast moving neutrons are there. We know how to convert fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons. When these fast moving neutrons are passing through moderator is a device used to convert fast moving neutrons into slow moving neutrons. After passing through moderator, these fast moving neutrons are converted into slow moving neutrons. So neutron comes out from this moderator is nothing but slow moving neutron, thermal neutrons. So one neutron produces three neutrons. Again these three neutrons participating with bombarding with uranium-235. Second neutron is also bombarding with uranium-235. And third neutron is also bombarding with uranium-235. When uranium-235 is bombarding with slow moving neutron, this uranium-235 splits into two parts. The first part is nothing but barium, the second part is nothing but krypton. Along with barium and krypton, three fast moving neutrons are produced. The first fast moving neutron, second fast moving neutron, and third fast moving neutron. Here also, the second thermal neutron is also again bombarding the uranium-235. The splitting up of heavy nucleus into two lighter nuclei. First one is barium. The second one is nothing but krypton. Along with the barium and krypton, three fast moving neutrons are produced. The first fast moving neutron, the second fast moving neutron, and the third fast moving neutron. Again, third thermal neutron is again bombarding with uranium-235. It is also splits into two parts. One is barium, other one is krypton. Along with barium and krypton, three fast moving neutrons are produced. So totally, observe the conclusion. One neutron participating, three neutrons are produced. Three neutrons are participating, total 9, here 3 neutrons, here 3 neutrons, here 3 neutrons, 9 neutrons are produced. If these 9 neutrons are again further used in further reaction, in next reaction total number of neutrons becomes 27. So 1 becomes 3, 3 becomes 9, 9 becomes 27, 27 becomes 81. So every time the neutron multiples by 3 times is there. So that is called as neutron multiplication factor, and it is called as a chain reaction. So this process is continuous, a chain reaction, link. This process goes on, the rate of reaction is increased. If the rate of reaction is increased, the producing number of neutrons is also increased. And producing number of neutrons depends on some factor that is called as a neutron multiplication factor. But how to calculate neutron multiplication factor? The symbol of neutron multiplication factor means K. So neutron multiplication factor can be defined as it is the ratio of number of neutrons produced in present generation. So number of neutrons produced in present generation to the number of neutrons produced in previous generation. For example, here previous generation 1, next generation 3, 3 by 1, 3 is there. In present generation 9, previous generation 3 is there. 9 by 3 means 3 is there. So that is about the definition of neutron multiplication factor. So it can be defined as the ratio of number of neutrons produced in present generation to a number of neutrons produced in previous generation. Such kind of factor is called as neutron multiplication factor. The K value changes, the rate of reaction is also changes. If K is equal to 1, if neutron multiplication factor is equal to 1, what is the meaning? When ratio becomes 1, numerator value, denominator value equal. The number of neutrons in present generation, previous generations are equal. Then K value 1. Present generation neutrons and previous generations are equal. Every time the rate of reaction takes place in control rate. Then nuclear fission will be takes place in control rate. For example, of nuclear fission will be takes place in control rate means nuclear reactor. So nuclear reactor is a device in which nuclear fission will be takes place in control rate. If K is greater than 1, K is greater than 1 means numerator is greater than denominator. The present generation neutrons is greater than previous generation neutrons. Then rate of reaction is increase, and it becomes uncontrolled rate. So that is about rate of reaction K greater than 1 means rate of reaction will takes place in uncontrolled rate. K is equal to 1 means rate of reaction will takes place in controlled rate. If K is less than 1, if K is less than 1, the rate of reaction, that means K is less than 1 means the number of neutrons in present generation is less than number of neutrons in previous generation. That means every time rate of reaction decreases. Such kind of state is called as a subcritical state. Control means critical. Uncontrolled means supercritical. Less than control means subcritical state. So that is about the important concept is chain reaction and neutron multiplication factor. It is also very, very important concept. After completion of the nuclear fission concept, next continuation important concept means nuclear fusion. Or what is meant by nuclear fusion and what is the importance of nuclear fusion and what is the necessity for nuclear fusion? Just we are explained, lighter elements are always unstable and heavy elements are always unstable. For getting stability, a heavy elements undergoes nuclear fission and a lighter elements always undergoes nuclear fusion. Fission means splitting. Fusing means combining. The combining of two or more lighter nuclei and forms heavy stable elements. So combining of two or more lighter nuclei and forms heavy stable elements and releasing of large amount of energy. Such kind of phenomenon is called as nuclear fusion. Or what is the example of nuclear fusion means? For example, deuterium means 1H2. Hydrogen or deuterium is always lighter element. So this deuterium is combines to one more deuterium. So deuterium plus deuterium 1H2 plus 1H2 gives helium-2,4. So combining up of two or more lighter nuclei into heavy nucleus. Compared to deuterium or hydrogen, helium is more stable. Here average binding energy around 1 MeV. Here average binding energy in order of 7 MeV, more than 7 MeV or 7.5 MeV. Average binding energy is more, stability is also more. So along with this stable helium and large amount of energy, 25.71 MeV of energy will be released. Such kind of phenomenon is called as nuclear fusion. Observe this equation is balanced or unbalanced. Before reaction, total atomic number 1 plus 1, 2, balanced. Before reaction, total mass number 2 plus 2, 4, balanced. So equation is balanced and releasing of large amount of energy. Or one more example of, it is example 1. Next one more example of nuclear fusion. Here one more example means 4 protons are combining. 4 protons are combining, forms one helium stable nucleus. Along with the helium stable nucleus, 2 positrons are produced and releasing of a same amount of energy, nearly same amount of energy will be released. In this reaction, observe 4 protons are consumed, 4 protons are participating and producing stable nucleus. Helium-2 form is stable. Compare the energy of proton by average energy binding energy of proton. The average binding energy of helium is more. And 2 positrons and large amount of energy will be released. So this equation is also balanced. Before reaction, 4 protons. Here also 2 plus 2, 4. Atomic number is balanced. Mass number 4. Here also total mass number is 4. So this equation is balanced. But observe, in case of nuclear fusion, total 4 nucleons are participating. Here only 4 nucleons are participating in releasing energy around 26 MeV. So out of 4 nucleons, 26 MeV of energy released. But energy per 1 nucleon, for 4 nucleons this much amount of energy, for 1 nucleon how much amount of energy? 26 by 4, so around 6.5 MeV. In nuclear fission, energy released per 1 nucleon is 0.85 MeV, less than 1 MeV. There. In nuclear fusion, energy released per 1 nucleon is around 6.5 MeV or around 7 MeV. But comparing to nuclear fission, in nuclear fusion, energy released per nucleon is more. So that is about the phenomenon of nuclear fusion. And nuclear fusion is always takes place in very, very high temperature regions. And nuclear fusion is always takes place in case of sun and stars. Sun and stars. Inside sun and stars, hydrogenous materials are more. Lighter elements are more. A combining of 2 or more lighting forms heavy nucleus and releasing of large amount of energy. All the stars radiates energy. Sun and stars radiates energy by the process of nuclear fusion only. So such kind of phenomenon is called as nuclear fusion. And next continuation means the comparison between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. What are the differences between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion? Fission means we know a splitting up of heavy nucleus into 2 or more lighter nuclei and releasing of large amount of energy. So splitting up of heavy nucleus into 2 or more lighter nuclei and releasing of large amount of energy is called as a nuclear fission. Or what is meant by nuclear fusion? A nuclear fusion means a combining of 2 or more lighter nuclei. A combining of 2 or more lighter nuclei forms a heavy stable nucleus and releasing of a large amount of energy. Such kind of phenomenon is called as a nuclear fusion. It is splitting, it is combining. It is dividing, it is combining. So that is about main definitions or main difference between fission and fusion. Next here, in case of nuclear fission, the releasing total energy is in order of 200 MeV. In nuclear fusion, the releasing energy in order of 26 MeV. Here, total releasing energy is more here. Here, total releasing energy is less. Here, more releasing total energy is more. Here, releasing total energy is less. Next, in case of fission, 236 nucleons are participating. and producing this much amount of energy. So energy released per one nucleon in nuclear fission is around 0.85 MeV, less than 1 MeV. Here energy released per one nucleon is less. Here energy released per one nucleon is around 6.5 MeV. The releasing energy per nucleon is less. The releasing energy per nucleon is more. And nuclear fission, takes place even at a normal temperature. Takes place even at room temperature is also possible. Even room temperature is also possible. But nuclear fusion, always takes place at very high temperatures. In room temperature, nuclear fusion is not possible. In room temperature, nuclear fission is possible. So that is also one more difference between fission and fusion. And one more difference means example. What is the example of nuclear fission means? Atom bomb or nuclear reactor. So atom bomb is the example of nuclear fission. Here example of nuclear fusion means hydrogen bomb. Explosion of hydrogen bomb is the example of fusion. Explosion of atom bomb is the example of nuclear fission. So that is about the difference between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion, sir.